they started talking about circuits that acted in nanoseconds, billionths of a second. Well, I didn't know what a billion was. I don't think most of those men downtown know what a billion is either. And if you don't know what a billion is, how on earth do you know what a billionth is? I fussed and fumed. Finally, one morning, in total desperation, I called over to the engineering building, and I said, please cut off a nanosecond and send it over to me. And I've brought you some today. Now, what I wanted when I asked for a nanosecond was, I wanted a piece of wire which would represent the maximum distance that electricity could travel in a billionth of a second. Now, of course, it wouldn't really be through wire. It'd be out in space, the velocity of light. So if you start with the velocity of light and use your friendly computer, you'll discover that a nanosecond is 11.8 inches long, the maximum limiting distance that electricity can travel in a billionth of a second.
Grace Hopper was an American mathematician and Rear Admiral in the U.S. Navy. She was a pioneer in developing computer tech of operation for the automatic sequence-controlled calculator, which described how to operate Mark I, and was the first extensive treatment of how to program a computer. She remained at Harvard as a civilian research fellow while maintaining her naval career as a reservist. In 1949, Hopper joined the Eckert-Mauchly Computer Corporation, where she designed one of the first compilers, which translated a programmer's instructions into computer codes and coined the term compiler. As head programmer, she worked on the design of UNIVAC 1. She remained with the firm when it was taken over by Remington Rand and by Sperry Rand Corp. And in 1957, her division developed Flowmatic, the first English language data processing compiler, which had many features that inspired the development of COBOL. Her development of compilers for COBOL and her strong advocacy of the language led to its widespread use in the 1960s. She retired from the Navy with the rank of commander in 1966, but was recalled to active duty the following year to help standardize the Navy's computer languages. She was promoted to Commodore in 1983 and then attained the rank of Rear Admiral in 1985. At the age of 79, she was the oldest officer on active U.S. naval duty when she retired again in 1986. Hopper received many accolades during her remarkable career. She was elected a Fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers in 1962 and was named the first Computer Science Man of the Year by the Data Processing Management Association in 1969. When she was awarded the National Medal of Technology in 1991, she said, "If you ask me what accomplishment I'm most proud of, the answer would be all the young people I've trained over the years. That's more important than writing the first compiler." She was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. This Women's History Month, we celebrate Grace Hopper for her accomplishments.
Take another second here and try to explain to me why a nanosecond means anything in computers.
The main reason it means something is because everybody wants answers, better answers faster.
Uh-huh.
And you get them out of the computer, so you got to make the computers faster.
But this is as fast as they'll
And
go.
this is the fact as fast as they'll go. Now, of course, they've been talking about nanoseconds for several years, but now they're talking about picoseconds. And a picosecond is 1,000th of a nanosecond. Can you imagine cutting that into 1,000 pieces?
It's a 1,000th of a billionth of a second.
Yes. It's a quadrillionth of a second.
Yeah.
The best way to get them is
Quadrillionth
go to Wendy's or McDonald's or somewhere and get a small packet of picoseconds. They have the label pepper on them, but they're really picoseconds.
Picoseconds, I see. That's a good illustration.